What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Cure, and I wanted to say two things at the start of this reaction. One, thank you again to Elmar. A few weeks ago, he, or you, sent another donation for The Cure journey, and I've been meaning to mention that since then, and I keep forgetting, but this time I did remember, and indeed, that's like the fifth or sixth donation that he/you have sent for The Cure journey, and I really do appreciate it, so thank you once again. Secondarily, next Thursday I won't be doing any reactions because in fact I'm going to go to a World Cup game, which I'm very excited about. I've never been to a World Cup game before, not even a qualifier, and this is for the actual World Cup. So yes, one does not get an opportunity to do that very often, and I'm very excited to do that. But worry not, Cure fans, I will still do the weekly Cure reaction. I'm just going to back it up one day. So we'll have one Cure Wednesday before we get back to the regular Cure Thursdays the week after that. So basically we won't be skipping a week, but you will have to check a day earlier. Or I suppose you could wait until Thursday. But the point is that will take place 6 days from now rather than on Thursday like normal. In any case, we continue with Wish. And I'm very excited. This is one I definitely know. Friday, I'm in Love. So this is another track. I mean, just looking at the title, I instantly can think of the melody, and it's another one that like makes me instantly nostalgic and think of hearing the song when my sister would be listening to K-Rock and when I was a young chap. So again, I would have been a little bit older, like this is early 90s, so I would have been double digits. Even so, it's definitely a song I remember and very much enjoyed, even though for whatever reason I still didn't like fully engage with The Cure, which really is crazy, you know, given how many songs of theirs I remember hearing and which I have this nostalgic connection to. I never just took that deep dive, which I suppose is a product of the fact that when you're, you know, a single digit kid, even in your early like preteen years, you know, you have sort of a finite capacity. You're going to, you know, public school, and ultimately you don't have a lot of disposable money. So, you know, the ability to follow multiple bands is sort of limited. But it is crazy because not only have a number of the songs I've been aware in advance, like this one that I knew, but there's been a few others where it's like, oh wait, I know this song too. So they were much more a part of my youth than I realized until I've been going through this deep dive with all of you. So with no further ado, let's hear it, this awesome nostalgic tune by The Cure, Friday I'm in Love, from the album Wish, which is 1992.
Watch
again, just like waves of nostalgia. And it's interesting because, again, this is 92, but more than any other song we've heard on this album so far, it feels like it's, carrying the banner of the 80s still. It very much feels like an 80s track. And indeed, before this deep dive started, if you would have reminded me of this song, I'd have said, like, oh, I know that song. Like, I would have guessed it was like 87 or something. So, and that's not a knock. That's not saying, like, oh, like, this track is sort of, it's stuck in the past, or it's not evolving the way other of their songs at this time were. But yeah, it just feels like a throwback. It feels like a bit of nostalgic throwback to the lighter songs of the 80s. And again, it's amazing to me how dark they can go and how intense some of their songs can be. But when they go for like a brighter, like warmer pop feeling sonically, more on that in a moment, they just do it so flawlessly. So yeah, to me this song is bound up in my own nostalgia. It is, of course, I think a very melodically pleasing tune. I enjoy the layered vocals of Robert, especially when he says, Friday, I'm in love. It's like, it's his lower voiced lead vocal, but there's like another Robert vocal which goes like, higher toned, higher pitched, that comes in like at the same time. And indeed, like, beyond that, there's multiple points, including at the end there, where there's like layered Robert vocals. So yeah, I enjoy the vocal composition of this one. And yeah, the guitar, it has this kind of brighter strummy feel, but there is also, I think, like I don't know if it was plucked, but there was this very pointed electric guitar bit that stood out as well. But lyrically, it's interesting, right? Because it's like, in a way, he's saying, like, Friday, he's in love, and this other person, means a lot to him, and so on. But it's a bit neurotic. It's a bit all over the place. It's, like, Monday's blue, and Tuesday and Wednesday, those are gray, and Thursday, I don't even want to, what is the line? I don't want to know you. I don't think that's the line. But it's like, he's all over the place. And then Friday, I'm in love, and, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can break my heart, and so on. So it's like, it's the whole gamut of emotion individually and vis-a-vis this other person, but it perhaps suggests that, there's these cycles and feelings. So it's like, not depressive, but it's actually more like emotionally complicated than you would think, given the sonic tone of the tune and given the title and the ultimate conclusion every week, that Friday I'm in love, and Sunday it's too late. And it's just interesting the way the days are assigned these different feelings and colors and moods, but each time coming back around to Friday being in love, which it makes sense to me that this would be a hit, like, not only because it just has a good sound, it has, again, like a nostalgic, like, 80s bleeding into the 90s type of feel, but people, generally speaking, work less on the weekends, and a lot of people's jobs, they're Monday to Friday, and then they have the weekend to, go out, have social feelings, or at least, like, relax and, do more of what they want, even if they're not going out and, partying or whatever. So the idea that a song like Friday, I'm in Love, it makes sense that it's the kind of tune that would catch, right? Because it'd be like a weekend song that you listen to with your friends when you go out, or that reminds you of those weekends in yesteryear where you did have fun, and so on. So yeah, I think fundamentally it's more about like an emotional relationship with one person specifically, but just the nature of the line of the chorus and the title line of the song, I think, lends itself to being a tune that people would play and then, have this association with. So either way, I think it's awesome and classic. And as I said, it feels, more so than any tune that we've heard on the album so far, a bit of a throwback to some of their lighter songs from the 80s. So yeah, I was excited once I realized this tune was next in the playlist. As I said, look for the Cure reaction next week, but look for it one day early. Let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.